Hello and welcome to BonBonB's Hedge Maze tutorial for City Skylines. I'm BonBonB and of course you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hi guys, now you may have noticed over the festive period that I've been busy building Hedge Maze assets and uploading them to the workshop. And there are currently 30 new Hedge Maze assets on the workshop, all modular in style. What does modular mean? We'll get to that in a minute, but let's have a little look at a hedge maze, which is this one. This one is very simple. All my hedge maze assets are 4x8 in size, like this. They are either open or closed on the front or the back or either side of the maze, enable you to push them together to make a bigger maze. This is a simple one that's only open at the front, so your citizens can come in, wander around and get lost but easily find their way out because it's quite small. Okay, so that's that one. What else can we do? Well, because we've got modular units, what you could do is you could push your regular one together with a second one, so you've got an entrance and an exit, and have a nice 8x8 maze like that. Is that all you can do? No, you can do a lot more than that. Let's say you've got a long, thin little piece of parkland that you want to do something with. How about doing something like this, where you have your entrance, and then at the back you have your exit? You could do that. See that one? Once again, not the hardest maze. None of these mazes are particularly difficult, but there we are. That's your next one that you could do. Or if you really want to fill a big old space, you can go as large as you like. Here, this one, we've got 16 by 12, or 12 by 16 I guess this would be, where we've got 3 hedge units pushed alongside each other and then put them back to back as well. And the only limitation is 16 in depth. The rest of it is completely up to you, really. You can go as wide as you like and keep putting them side by side and fill up the entire map if you really wanted to. Although I think that might be overkill. Now, why do I feel a tutorial is necessary? Well, because there are 30 different hedge units and I understand how it works, but do you? Well, maybe. I put a little description in the description, as a good person would do, but sometimes a tutorial really helps. So let's have a look at how to sort through all these hedge mazes. First of all, there's a 4-digit code for each hedge maze. The first letter will either be an E or a W, and that relates to the front wall of your asset. An E indicates that it has an entrance or an exit. A W indicates that the front wall is actually walled off. So if you're looking for an entrance or an exit unit, you're looking for the first character to be an E. If you're looking for the front of the maze to be walled off, you're looking for the first letter to be a W. Let's move along. Next up, we're looking at the sides of the maze, these side walls here. Now over this side you can see that it's open gated on this side, but it's walled off on this side. Now this has got an open right side, so this has the second digit as an R. So we know this is a W, R. Let's move on to the next one. Now this maze is open on both sides, so we have W and open on both sides. The code is O, W, O. If you wanted an entrance, this would be E, O would be the code you'd be looking for. Let's look on to the next one. I think you've already guessed. The next one is open on the left side only, walled off on the right hand side, and we've got a walled front, so the open on the left hand side is an L, so we have W, L. And if you see here, we could push all 3 of these together and it would make one large maze. Although without an entrance or an exit, it would be impossible to get into, or if you're unlucky enough to be in there when it was built, get out of. There is a fourth code as well, which if we go right back to the beginning, you'll see that it's closed on both sides here, and that is a code C. So here we have E for the entrance and C, EC. That's quite easy to remember. Okay, let's move on to, keep going, seen these. Next up are this one. I got lost. Okay, now we're looking at the back wall, and you can see we have a closed one. Now that is particularly useful if you want to have just an 8 deep maze and people not wandering off into the ether over that side. And that, because it's 8 deep, the third digit is an 8. However, if you want the back of the maze to be open so that you can push 2 maze units back to back, you need this one with an open gap at the back, and therefore this is a 16 unit. That is an 8, this one's a 16. So this code would be E for the entrance, and then C because it's closed, 8. EC8, modular unit EC8. This one, E for the entrance, C because it's closed walled on the sides, 16. EC16. And then to add an extra layer of complexity, I've created 2 assets for each style. So there is a version 1 and a version 2 of each. So this would be, I think this is EC16-2, but there is also an EC16-1 that would fit the exact same needs, would just be a slightly different maze design. How about that then? Okay, shall we do some building? Shall we? Well, very kindly I've built our little space here for something that's going to be 2 units wide and 2 units long. I've already found some hedge maze units, but let's go into build mode and have a look. Now if you use the find it mod, type in Modular Hedge, and then obviously all your modular hedge units turn up. Then if you just hover over each one, it will tell you this one here, ER16-1, so that has got an entrance. It's open on the right but not the left. It's open at the back for 16 in depth, and it's the first of 2 options. This one here, it's an EC16-2, so that's your 2 variants of that exact same hedge, and they would work back to back because they're both 16s, but they would have an open right side for each. Okay, do you understand that? Are you still following me? I'm glad somebody is. And then we've got, like I say, 30 of these, which is quite a large. So once you know which kind of units you're going to need, so you just scroll through here, you find the one that you want, and then I would suggest, once you find the one you want, plop it down close by, somewhere that you can find it really easily. Then, once you've done that, here we've got this one here is entrance, open right side, open at the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to move that and pop it down right here. There we are. Next one here is entrance at the front, open on the right. We're going to move this one, and we're going to pop this at the opposite side over here. There. So what you can see here was with, oh sorry, didn't mean to do that. So we've got open sides here and open sides here, but the side walls of the maze are closed off already completely. Let's choose these 2. These 2 are both actually identical units. I got lazy here, and they are open on the left and open at the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this one over here, plop that there, and I'm going to move this one, and this should match up at the back over here as well. Come on. Oh, behave yourself. There we are. And that's it. So that's very basic. Without using, I mean, you can now use move it to push all the units together so you don't get these double hedges. Not a big problem. Let's do that, shall we? So we'll select that one, and I'm just going to move that in to about there maybe. Oop, see, deselect. So yes, let's move those in together so you haven't got a double hedge unit. And we can do the same over here with this. And then finally with this one. And then if we come out and move it, get rid of all the zonable squares. And you can see how that looks a lot better now, just by pushing them together. Oh, I failed. I failed. That's poor, isn't it? There. Is that better? Maybe. Pull that out. There, that's better, isn't it? Wow. So yes, and that's basically all there is to it. You just find the, using the coding, find the hedge units that you want for your maze, plop them down in the right order, and then you've got this little maze. Now I'm going to leave this on here so you can pause the game and use your finger to find your way through our newly created maze. It's not rocket science. You'll be able to do it in a matter of moments, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, that's it from today's hedge maze tutorial. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and obviously to like the assets on the workshop, because that'll help other people to find them too. Right, so that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Don't forget to join me for What Map every day of the week, Monday to Saturday, and all the other wonderful things that I do. It's great. I love my life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon.